I'm always repent for my ancestors, yeah. Demons know that we next up, so they test us, yeah. Haters tryna throw L's on us like Lexus, yeah. We storing riches up in heaven, yeah, that's investment, yeah. Hebrew Israelite isn't a hate group. We follow the laws, no matter the cause. That don't mean we hate you. They warring with us like Hussein do. Then they try to blame us like it ain't you. Got the demons posing like they angels. Yeah, I gotta go deep like the bass do. In the beginning was good and evil. Now we all at the end, it's the same too. When the most I'm not playing with y'all too. Yeah, he about to come down like the rain do. He gon' baptize the world in a flame pool. And that waterproof like his rain shoes. Crisis break out, can it save you? And I hope y'all repent cause you can't shoot. Stop. Repent for my ancestors, yeah. Demons know that we next up, so they test us, yeah. Haters tryna throw L's on us like Lexus, yeah. We storing riches up in heaven, yeah, that's investment, yeah. Repent for my ancestors, yeah. Demons know that we next up, so they test us, yeah. Haters tryna throw L's on us like Lexus, yeah. We storing riches up in heaven, yeah, that's investment, yeah. Praise to the Elohim of Elohims. I feel the energy enter me. That is a heavenly remedy. So-called family turn enemy. It get cold like antifreeze. Their hearts seem to be 10 degrees. They only bless you when you sneeze. Give me 100 feet like centipedes. I be repenting, Father please. Your grace sufficient, it gotta be. You and the angels, they proud of me. I don't use Twitter, but they follow me. Second Esdras, gotta read. R.I.P. to Maccabees. The end is coming. Wanna see? No defenses, only heat. Shalom. Repent for my ancestors, yeah. Demons know that we next up, so they test us, yeah. Haters tryna throw L's on us like Lexus, yeah. We storing riches up in heaven, yeah, that's investment, yeah. Repent for my ancestors, yeah. Demons know that we next up, so they test us, yeah. Haters tryna throw L's on us like Lexus, yeah. We storing riches up in heaven, yeah, that's investment, yeah.
Yet, if they shall bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captives, and repent, and make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captives, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely, we have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward their land which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name, then hear thou their prayer and their supplication in heaven thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people that have sinned against thee.
Hallelujah. Blessed and highly favored. I love myself as well as my neighbor. Enjoy peace and love, yet I'm nothing to play with. Y'all running with the latest, what I believe is sacred. Our Father in heaven gave us eyes to see, to make distinctions between the psyops and the prophecies. I'm from a place where they downplay your atrocities, give you milk and cheese and never pay the proper fees. My brother's trying to calm the beast by copping pleas, but the only place the beast want the sheep is in his teeth. Father, forgive them for they know not what they do, but don't mistake, that's for the sheep who fell away, that's not for you. A wolf knows he ain't in the dark about his plans. He coming for the flock, he want that blood on his hands, wants your throat not to breathe. In the lake of fire, he wants you to go beneath, praying on you until your flesh, he wants you to sow a seed. Deferred hope maketh the heart sick, yeah, Satan love it when you deceive. Disparaging remarks about our heritage and false narrative that said there's no merit to what we read, man. That gaslight like a flashlight. I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Y'all need to get that bag right. Wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. One hell of a ticket, pun intended, don't you say I cuss. We've been through enough, 400 plus. Our time is up, take off these cuffs. I've been in repentance for this lust, not with the porn, but I can swipe up an image and feel disgust. What? They think I'm tripping cause I want more for myself, so that even in my thoughts I'm not whoring myself, yeah. Luring myself away from righteousness with my desire. My right hand mislead me, cut it off like Michael Myers. Life is easy, it's just complicated by these liars. Truth is confiscated, to get it you need the God of Zion. They confuse the sheep with disbelief and self-reliance. Took the Father's name off creation and blamed the science. Hebrews never boarded but still became compliant. Mission aborted, some of us refuse to slay this giant. That talking head should be severed off and dead. Bring us Pentecost instead, let's start speaking with tongues of fire. Ain't wanna preach to us, now the preaching coming from the choir. Y'all too corporate, tell me how does a preacher retire? I see y'all done bought the lies and y'all receipt expired. From the Holy Spirit, I don't never want no peace and quiet. The sheep hear the word of the most majestic, wonderful counselor, blessed voice of the shepherd. Meanwhile, all of the goats are disconnected, lawless, trading the promise of the blessed for a death wish.
All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, it's Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. Got a good show for you today. This show came up last minute. Y'all, it was literally about 2 minutes before the show. And I was like, let me go ahead and do it, because I wasn't going to do it because I really didn't have anything. And then something got put on my mind. Literally, it was like 2 minutes. And I was like, let me go. There it is. And you see by the title, what type of man are you? And we definitely, this is gonna be an airtight show, kind of old school vintage Michael Israel type stuff we're gonna be talking about here. Before we get moving on this thing, let me know how the audio is. Let me know how the audio is sounding. Okay? And then once we know how the audio is sounding, then we'll move right on ahead. So I'll wait to see if we get some feedback on the audio. And then we're going to get cracking with it. All right? And it looks like the audio is great, so that's awesome. Yeah, y'all. It's, like when I say this, it's like, wow, that much time has went by. But I was talking to some saints today, and I always bring up that time period, that critical time period when I was like 28, no, not 28, when I was like 26 years old. And I began, on the path to waking up. You know what I'm saying? And, to some degree, I was always kind of searching, but I made a conscious, purposeful declaration to get things figured out. To find the truth behind things. And where it started at with me was just in dealing with women. That's where it started with me. And the thing, one of the big things that really had me very charged up when I was waking up and coming to terms with the truth, and then society's so-called, the societal norms that I've been taught, is just like how evil they make being assertive, how evil that is regarded when you're an assertive person, or when you're a person who is about truth and not being fake, like when you just be keeping it real, keeping it 100, when you call stuff out like it is, you know what I'm saying? And how I was kind of being raised by this society, by the system, by the media, by everything, to, like I say all the time, be docile. You know what I'm saying? And, I like coming to that awareness of, you know, how, oh, oh, like me, like I'm competitive. You know what I'm saying? I'm assertive. Like that's how I am now, you know? And somebody put in there toxic masculinity. Yeah, they got that term, toxic masculinity. They got this other term that I need to bring up that you hear all the time. Oh, you're a narcissist. But when you see, it's like the people, and this is what we're gonna get into, like the people who keep the silliness out of their lives are narcissists, or what they, this term they call narcissists, and which are driven people who are very singular and focused on what they're doing. And it's just, you know, a lot of, you know, when you look at what's going on out here in the world, it's like, it's crazy. And you need an assertive person who's good. Like this thing I read is, I think it's LL Cool J saying it in this thing, but I rock with it 100. I'm not nice, but I am good. And you need good people in your life. You don't need nice people, because a lot of times the people who are nice, they're the ones who bring who bring the trauma into your life. The nice people. Okay? I'm a good person, but I'm not nice. Because a lot of times, man, to deal with a lot of things that come up in this life, it don't take nice. You can't be nice. You got to be good. You got to be a good, righteous person. And people think there's a correlation because of Christianity and a Greco-Roman beast Catholic system, the mother of all the harlot religions out there, the Catholic Church. This whole, they put niceness and kindness right along with righteousness. You know, that's not righteous, brother. You shouldn't be mean and yell at people and stuff like that. When, man, people out here dying, people out here fully demonically possessed. Okay? All right? Like, people are just gone. Now, check this out. All right, let me show y'all something. I was on my phone this morning, and you know, I was deleting like bookmarks out of, you know, just trying to clean up my thing. But check this out. I came across News 911, and y'all, I'm just reading over, and this is just like in a day stuff that's happened. You know, Pentagon identifies 5 U.S. troops killed in helicopter crash. Florida woman cries as police take away her obese pet pig pork chop. I don't know what the hell that is. That's just some craziness there. But just listen. Middle school counselor repeatedly sexually assaulted boy. 14. Man dies after being shot in face by fellow bird hunter. Listen what I'm saying. And I'm going to show y'all some commonalities here. The victim was just trying to be a good big brother. Houston man sentenced to life in prison for killing girlfriend's brother. Video release of Wisconsin man killing himself in back of squad car. Like, this is just over a day or two or something like that. Look at this one here. Florida man previously arrested for murder brawls at bus stop with teen who allegedly jumped his son. Tennessee woman 22 arrested for grooming stalking child online, Arkansas. Stabbing suspect used pepper spray on cops before the cops shot him. Look at this crazy junk here. Where's that at? Elementary school janitor performed sickening sex acts with cafeteria utensils, food meant for children. He was putting different bodily fluids in food in a cafeteria. Let's see. Chicago man convicted for threatening to kill people at abortion clinic. 4 dead, including SWAT. You know, and you just read through and you just see it's like, y'all, it's more and more people are coming demonically possessed. It's like more and more folks are more and more demonically infused, demonically possessed. People are losing their minds. Okay? And a lot of people can't identify why is this so widespread? What's going on? What's changed? What's so different? This, that, and the other. And things are waxing wickeder. They're getting better at their wickedness. And it's like you look at the media and what the media pushes out, and you look at what children are exposed to now, and that's one of the things, and we're going to tie it all back into the title of what I'm talking about. That's one of the big things, is Satan is coming after the children. He wants the next generation. He wants to, destroy them at an early age. Satan knows if he could get to the children early, he could destroy them early. Why would I get so caught up in grades and academics? You know what I'm saying? I knew a lot of folks when I was in school who did way better than me educationally. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't mean shit when they died. You see what I'm saying? When they ended up going down the wrong path, when they married the wrong person, or whatever step you want to name where they went in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? It's real out here. And one of the key things out here, one of the key things to combat the wickedness out here in this world is real men standing in the gap, calling a spade a spade. And it was just like, I go back to how, as I began to awake and come into my own and truly get understanding and everything. And I just saw how, talk like this. Why are you yelling? Just don't worry about it. Don't say anything about it. And excuse me, and this and that. Like, why is this dude acting like this? Why is this person always got this going on in their life? One of the things I came on here and talked about was a lot of funerals I went to growing up, and going to them and hearing the pastor sit there, and preach him into heaven, and all they family, she was such a good person, why do these things happen and this, that? And then I'm like, yeah, but like her ass was smoking like a coal plant. It was like they were doing this. Why did this happen? And just growing up and never really putting 2 and 2, 1 and 1 or whatever together, never adding it up in these people were dabbling or immersed in wickedness, and it took them out. These people were continuing to do something that they knew was not good, was not conducive to life, and then they got taken out. And I talk about how I just looked and looked and just look at everything, and I look at stuff that's happened. Like, you look at what happens to people, and then you begin to, as you get older and you develop more wisdom, and you begin to make wise connections. You see how a lot of people grow up in broken homes with no man in the house to stand strong and to stand guard, and spiritual, to stand a spiritual guard, just like that Bible verse says. Unless a man diligently hold himself to this word, his home will soon be overthrown. And if there's not a man there, you got a home that is wide open for Satan to come in a myriad of ways. Y'all know me. I speak a lot and teach a lot about health and fitness and all that stuff like that. I can't tell you the number of homes I just see get overwhelmed and taken out because there's nobody there standing in the gap for health. Spiritually, you see it big time when a man's not in the house. And when I say a man's not in the house, there can be a male in the house, but I'm talking about a man being in the house and directing and guiding that house where it needs to go, not where it wants to go. Because society and the media is always enticing a home, the homes with no man guarding it. It's always enticing that home to go where it wants to, whether it's through the media or whatever you want to call it, But the only way to get a home going in the direction it needs to go is by diligently adhering to this word. And in order to do that, you're gonna have to be a man. If you're gonna be obedient to what the word says, you're not gonna do it being a male, a soft-spoken, timid, tiptoe through the tulips, daisy smelling man. You're gonna have to be assertive, not effing around, call it like you see it, fill out a hurt feelings report if your feelings are hurt type of man, and call shit out. And these people, man, these people slithering around full of Satan, they look, and they're like, that dude there is part of the not effing around squad. He'll call me out on some shit. He's like, hey, I ain't gonna mess with that home. Let me go somewhere else. These damn wicked ass spirits will do the same thing when they see a man who gonna stand in the gap, call stuff out, deal with stuff head on. I got you spiritually, mentally, and literally. Come straight down the middle. It's like, this is the thing, man. Once I've realized what the truth was, and once I positively identified what was causing the pain, the heartache and pain, and what causes peace and love and keeps a sound mind among everybody in the home. Once I identified exactly what that was, and the Most High showed me, look, here's the wickedness. This is wicked. This is righteous. This is wicked. This is righteous. and I began seeing that pretty much everything I had been shown that was being professed to be good and righteous was really wicked. And the stuff that was professed to be, oh, that's wicked and he evil, or that's evil, or you can't say that, or you can't talk. But then I come to find out, oh, that's righteous. If somebody acting some type of way and they out of line, and you check them, power check their ass on it, and expose them, and the other wicked people be like, oh well, you didn't have to say it to him like that. Well, you don't have to call everybody out on everything. See, Satan operates in the dark, and people want you to keep things in the dark. And I'm all about these bright lights so I can see where I'm going. It's just like here, for instance, you saw the one where the guy was out there. Now check this out, because a lot of people, this is how subtle this is. Okay, the guy was out there hunting, and by mistake, the two guys out there hunting, and by mistake, he shot his hunting buddy or something like that. Ain't that what it said? Man dies after being shot in face by fellow bird hunter in Iowa. Okay? But this is my thing. What does it say? Don't be around stupid people doing stupid things at stupid times or something like that. There are people, again, as men, we need to assess everything. We need to assess. I'm watching everything, and everything that comes into my life, everybody comes around me. One of the things I learned being a head of assembly here is you got some goofy ass mother, you know what? Like, just let's call it straight up. It just be some goofy ass people. Well, Mike, that's kind of the way you saying that, Mike. You kind of, people might feel some type of way. I'm saying, nah, I tell people to their face, bro, you goofy. Like, I'm not taking you on the range with me. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even play water guns with you, because you like that goofy and dangerous. And it's not something they can't work on. It's just you're not vigilant. Your mind's somewhere else, and you don't even, and that's cool. Because, hey, sometimes people's minds be somewhere else, and people don't be vigilant. But when your mind is so gone, you don't even know it's gone. You don't even know that you're not paying attention and that you're in outer space. You're dangerous, and you're operating in Satan, and that shit's evil. And that stuff gets people killed. It gets people killed. Like, it is a known evil. Goofy people who are so-called accident prone. You're not accident prone. You lack vigilance. You have a spirit of distraction on you or something. And yeah, oh, you're so nice. You talk so nice to everybody, and you're so pleasant to be around, but you're goofy. We can't ride in a car with you because you're going to get us all killed in a car accident. Or we can't be around you doing anything that's critical because you would get somebody killed because you're goofy. And hey, that's cool to be goofy, but when you don't even realize you're goofy, or that you just like in another, dude, that's a spirit. That's Satan in the camp. I done watched on a number of times how, like, literally Satan uses these types of people to literally screw everything up. And real men have to be vigilant enough to identify any type of threat that's coming to the people around them. You see what I'm saying? The people that you have been tasked to protect, like your family. You know what I'm saying? And when you realize and recognize that you are goofy, or that you are one of these people that, let's not even say goofy. Let's say you one of these, you realize that you have some type of I ain't gonna say vulnerability, but you got an issue that can cause harm to you or the people around you. You got some type of shortcoming. Like I said, the one I see is not being vigilant, complacency. Okay, in whatever area, you could be complacent spiritually, where you fail to acknowledge spiritually where you missing the mark somewhere or something like that, and it's causing, you could be complacent. The other place I talk about a lot is diet, well, how you eat. Whatever it is, you could be complacent somewhere and be allowing Satan to come in, because he's seeking to steal, kill, and destroy. In any way, shape, or form, he will slide up in there. And, as men, we have to be able to, protect and provide for families. Some men be like, oh, well, I'm single, or I'm this age, or this, that, But I was reading, man, I had something I was reading, but it was just talking about how you got males, so gone with their mindset that they can't even provide for themselves. There's something wrong. There's heavy demonic activity going on there. I get it. You're 21, 20, 19, and you're kind of working on learning to provide for yourself. I get that. That's cool. Like, we could work with that. That's understandable. You're 22, you're a little shaky, but now here you are, you 23, and you still shitting on yourself. Every time you turn around, you can't hold a job, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you got this perfect excuse. But then we got people way younger than that, and they're doing it. This is the wake-up call. Like, this is the wake-up call. It's like, this is the subtle, deceptive sin that slides over, goes over everybody's head that nobody be seeing. Oh, he just fell on hard times. He's in between jobs. He's this, he's that. Dude, what happened to the soldier? When shit get tough, you get tougher and turn all the way up 1,000. Yo, man, it's real out here. And these are the same people, the people who shitting on themselves real hard. Y'all, I'm just telling you, man, I done seen this. Ooh, I done seen it for real in my life. It's crazy that now I'm sitting here, I'm 47. I don't even feel like it, because I can remember my experiences back in the early military days to a T. Watching some of these, we saw the people come in the military just total pieces of shit. Literally, couldn't even hack it in there. They end up getting kicked out and literally on their way to death, to an early death. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what happened? What happens to these people who, they're 24, they're 25, they're 20, they're 26, they're 27, and they just literally, their head is up in their ass, and they're not getting it. What happens to them? Because there's a couple things that happen. One, they end up meeting some woman who's stupid enough to get in a relationship with them, and that woman ends up fully destroying their ass because she's so fed up with just how, you know, or they don't meet a woman, they just end up, they those people you see walking around. You're like, who is that? What? Look at that dude over there. You downtown any city, and you see some dude, long hair that's walking down the street looking crazy, homeless, bum. You see what I'm saying? This is the end of where these people end up at, if they're lucky. Most, or these careless, goofy people, they wind up dead. Go, just look out your window, depending on where you live, or just pay attention this week when you go to work, and look at that terrible accident you just drove by. That was one of them. Getting that car pulled up, time to go home. Yeah, man, we just gotta, like, it just gotta be real like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Are there freak accidents? Yes, I do think there are freak accidents. But the older I get, the more I see that it's less and less freak accident and more, oh yeah, we saw that coming. I can't say I didn't see that coming. Y'all, it's not a game out here, man. This thing real. It's like, man, it's on me. It's like when I went out driving, you know, I had to go to somewhere. We put a windshield in today. Not today, yesterday. We put a windshield in, and I had to go get some of the window urethane, all that crap. But anyway, the most I just put it in my spirit, boy, I was extra cautious on that road. Because it's like, Pastor did a message. He was talking about you need to be able to discern when Satan is near. And it's like I could sense that right now. That's why I'm talking about what I'm talking about now. Because I could sense it. And you see them same stupid ass people. They're stupid when you're working with them or when you try to do stuff with them. You can see how inattentive they are and they're not locked in on anything. And it'd be them same stupid people right here in this season when Satan's present. This is how he get them. This is where he get them. So this how he get them. Sister Koya, some sister wants to get in contact with you on here. She said, how can I email Sister Koya? Probably the best way to get in contact with her is she got a YouTube channel, but she's on Facebook too. So that's probably the best route, sis. But it's real, y'all. And I'm telling you that, like, I got a large database of experiences to pull from where I've watched vigilant men who are locked in, they're paying attention, they're being what? Careful. Full of care. I got a large database of situations and experiences I've seen the difference. The difference in outcome in families where you got a dizzy, stupid, dumbass leading the family, and they expose that family to all types of, shit. And literally, and nobody recognizes it's Satan right there, right in your face, trying to screw people's lives up and screw up the next generation's life. Like if you get married, something has to click. It's like, yo, I gotta level up. And then your wife gets pregnant, you have children, then something even on a whole nother level has to click and be like, yo, I I was like, I gotta get airtight on this thing. Like, it's not a game out here. And it's real, y'all. It's like literally like, you gotta endure hardness as a good soldier. You gotta enjoy being a soldier. Like, I don't mind being a soldier. Like, I like soldier stuff. This channel's called Spiritual Combat. I like military colored stuff and you name it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always warfare. It's always something you got to be fighting. If I'm not fighting my appetite, I'm fighting my my weight, how much weight I'm gaining. I'm fighting to make sure I stay healthy, physically, exercising. It's a fight to do that. You know, you got to fight outside forces that try and come in and influence your household. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight yourself. You got to stand up to those around you and lead, even when it ain't popular and when it ain't the cool thing. It's constantly warfare. These spirits are constantly trying to come at you and slide in ever so subtly. And if you're one of those people who just chronically negligent, you're never there, and it's just who you are. You don't like being in the here and now and pay attention what's actually going on. You like to be off in fantasy land somewhere. If you're one of them types of people, and then you're just sitting there wondering why everything around you is always shitty. You sitting there wondering, why is it always shitty around me? You know? It's because, dude, you one of them. The book tell you, be vigilant, be watchful. Your adversary, he's out there stalking. You see what I'm saying? It's not a game. All right, she put her email in there for you, sis. So it's right there in the comments. So yeah, it's the real deal out here, y'all. If you look, if you play video games all the time, there's something wrong with you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And look, one of the reasons why I was sitting here like contemplating, I was like, do I need to do this show? I was like, I don't need to do this show. I was like, and I wasn't doing it. I was just going to continue doing my work, doing what I had going on, because I got a lot going on. And I was like, no, let me get in here and do it. So I came in here and do it. And then I get off, I relax for a little while, and then get right back in here and do this work. And sometimes I'll be on here. I'm being 100% with y'all. I'll be in here doing this work, working on this stuff, start getting tired, and be like, I'm tired. I go to sleep for 5 minutes, wake right back up. All right, go right back to reading whatever the hell I'm reading and trying to get this whole thing sorted out, this whole business thing, keep it moving forward. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes for anything, is a commitment to consistency. So if you one of these goofy dudes, you one of these complacent, negligent dudes, or maybe you're on point with a lot of stuff, but you're spiritually complacent. Or maybe you got the whole package where you negligent in your everyday life and spiritually. You just the full disaster. You know what I'm saying? And let's say that's you. It's literally all you have to do is make a decision, make a choice to change. You say, hey, I'm a change. And I'm a commit to consistency. So I'm gonna make sure each day I'm working this thing on something. I'm working this thing out with fear and trembling, each day. Okay? So you gotta be real. You gotta be careful. It's a lot. Even me, I'm like when I'm saying this and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I need to tighten up in this area. I need to balance this out here. You know, I need to make sure I continue to get wisdom, and upon all things get understanding. It's like we really need to read this book and look at the practical information that of what it's saying there. It's like you read through the book of Proverbs, and I think we counted when we did a study of that book, we were in Proverbs chapter 8 or 9, and it was still starting out the chapters with the importance that you have to get wisdom. It's going to keep you alive. You know what I'm saying? You have to seek it out. And it just, you talking about 8, 9, 10 chapters in there. Go read it for yourself. You'll see within the first couple verses or whatever of the beginning of that chapter is drilling wisdom and understanding and not being a fool. Because you're not going to live a long life. Y'all know we've seen it here for real up here in this assembly. We had a brother get taken out because of, you know, a lack of wisdom, being negligent. We know it firsthand. We're not just sitting here, like I'm not just sitting here doing videos, like we live this thing. And I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it's not a game. And it's so selfish if you know that you possibly operate this way, and literally you're doing exactly what the generation before you did. They're like, oh yeah, you know, sometimes things just mess up. I mean, sometimes you install a wheel on the car, you forget to tighten the bolts. It just, sometimes things happen, man. And the wheel falls off on a highway and you get in an accident and shit. And people die, you know. But, you know, Most High knows sometimes things just happen. And then it's like, oh, that's used to be what they say at the funerals, and they're like, oh, he's a eerie, mysterious God. And they say all this stuff. When the reality is, the Most High, he's not the author of confusion. If you look, you see exactly how he's moving and operating. And then I went in the Air Force, worked on airplanes, and then I changed my career to airplane engine mechanic, to even more critical. And guess what I learned there? Shit don't just break and mess up sometimes. You can do a job perfectly with no errors for years. So I was like, okay. So what the hell are these people, what they been telling me? And then I read the words like, oh, you can be excellent, and there can be excellence, and this, that. I'm like, okay. So what the heck is, what are these people talking about then? So we got to level up. And I'm not saying you're not going to mess up. I mess up. But I'm going to tell you what I've witnessed. I've witnessed I'll mess up, and then I'll mess up again. And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I'll mess up the same thing again. And by then, my anger kicks in. I start getting mad. And there's nothing wrong with being mad, because that anger fuels me in a lot of stuff. A lot of y'all need to get sick and tired of your own shit. That's why you ain't changed yet. You see what I'm saying? But I'll mess something up, and then eventually I'm like, yo, forget this. I'm focusing everything I got in life on getting this shit sorted out. Period. And then that's that. And then it's war from there. And then I start changing it and perfecting it or whatever. It's not complicated, but it's just having a desire for excellence, for righteousness. You know what I'm saying? One of the things, so when I grew up, I didn't like I wasn't like I didn't grow up in Vietnam. Like I wasn't in the hood and nothing like that, but I had encounters with the hood or whatever. I had ties to the hood, whether through family, friends, stuff, people that were involved in high level dysfunction that I knew. And again, I knew a lot of people who died early deaths. And while I wasn't in it, like to that degree, it deeply affected me. It really made me think. You know, I spent a lot of time at funerals when I was young. And when I was at those funerals, I really would think. I'd look at that body sitting there and really be thinking. I was like, this is such a big deal. Like, this is a big deal. And I was like, and it's just so, it's just so random and this, that. And now here I am, 47, and I realize it's not just random. It has a lot to do with your mindset and what you got going on spiritually. Once you start breaking down here, it could take you out in a myriad of ways. I've seen people drink themselves to death, smoke themselves to death, get murdered because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like that thing you heard me say, don't be in dumb places at dumb times around dumb people. If you do, you might be okay if you do 2 of them, but if you do all 3, you asking for it. But I've seen this. Seen people get themselves took out because they weren't vigilant about relationships. One of the things you see a lot of people who are just not vigilant and they real emotional and shit. That they just as they non-vigilant, accident-prone ass will get in a car accident, just as quickly they'll jump into a bad relationship that's like a car accident. Or they'll get in a bad relationship or get in a relationship and not recognize that, hey, we need to work through this, do this, change this, boom, 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 boom. And have the vigilance to recognize, hey, let's not let this situation get bad. It's a myriad of things. But people need to open their eyes up and stop and do a break check and see, hey, what's going to do a self-audit. Like, put your head up and figure out, why does this keep happening? Why I keep having this issue in my life? Why does this issue keep popping up? And the only common denominator in this issue is me. You see what I'm saying? Or is you. And whatever that issue is, you the only common denominator. Everything else keeps changing. Oh, it's a different job. Oh, well, this job this. Okay, all right, we'll get this job. All right, well, I got a new job, but this job this, so I left that. All right, well, here you go, get another job. Well, this job this is. Okay, it's you. It ain't all these damn jobs. It's you. Because, like Elder Mitchell said it real good. He said when he left his job, the dude was crying tears when he left because they knew they were losing such a good person. A lot of y'all leave the job, they crying tears of joy. Like, oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. That motherfucker gone. Oh, man. Or do you know how to be excellent and be an asset on a job? Or are you an ass that sits on a job? You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody got kick it out here 100 on this thing, on this subtle, it's like this subtle, insidious spirit, a mindset that is just running rampant, and it be upsetting to work. I'm just telling you, man, I'm on full alert over here in Straightway Studio on that spirit. If people come around with I'll show you the spirit that a lot of brothers come with. Hold on. Y'all give me a sec to pull this up here. All right. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the spirit that folks be coming with, man. And I call it out. And I don't just be teasing people to hurt their feelings or nothing, but if you a dumbass and nobody tells you that you a dumbass, you just gonna go around being a dumbass till it destroy you. Okay? Now hold on. Oh. So a lot of people, this is the spirit they be operating in. Hold on, let me put it up here.
Oh gee, Ma, I'm starving.
Come and get it! You're a glutton.
What a clock!
He's a pig, not a duck.
But what we talk about is the baby Huey. Y'all go watch some baby Huey cartoons. That a lot of people go around operating in the baby Huey spirit. Die, I didn't know that. Oh, die. Smash your car all up and lose your job. I ain't got no money. It's like, well, I told you to be careful when you out there driving. You been being careful? No. And it's like, shoot, bro, I be scared out here driving. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, if you're not vigilant, you could be put in a bad position so quick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be careful. Like I be telling the brothers, yo, be careful. You know, and even right now in the desert, we had two people got in a car accident. One dude, one person hurt himself on a job. Nothing major, just fender benders or whatever. But we got a brother who has driven, been driving trucks pretty much his whole life, over 1 million miles, and no car accidents. No accidents. So what? And then we actually had the brother teach a driving class to all the saints here. And him teaching the class, you could hear his mindset. He's like, when he's sitting there saying, and I rode with him one time in the truck, and he was like, oh man, he was like, yeah, that sign there said so and so. I was like, what sign? And he was like, oh yeah, that sign back there. And then we got to talking, and he looks at every single sign that's on the road, everything, and remembers what he said. Like he's watching, this brother's watching everything when he's driving. And he said when he's driving, he's looking way down the street, then back close to him, then way down the street, then back. And And he was just saying how one night he was driving and he could see something way out there. And he kept, and again, he's adjusting his focus and his zoom from real close to the car to way out there in the distance to real close at night. And he could see something very slightly out there in the distance. He could see something. And he's looking at it. And then he's like, what is that? And then he knew to stay locked in on it kind of and keep looking at it. And when he got up real close on it, it was somebody on a bike with one little reflector on there. And if he hadn't seen it, he wouldn't have known to kind of, I guess, get over a little bit to pass. He probably would have hit him if he wasn't paying attention like that. But again, this is a brother got over 1 million miles driving with no accidents. And then we got, man, don't get me started. Or like we got people, their nickname is Johnny Crash. It's like you think they are damn practicing to be a stunt double in Hollywood or something. It's like, okay, why you keep getting in accidents? You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And it's people's mind don't be there. Their minds don't be in what they're doing. Their minds be somewhere else. Some people, I did a show talking about how a lot of y'all sit there and train yourself to be distracted. You sit there and train yourself to be distracted because you scrolling on these reels, the reels, I call them real videos, those where you could just, it's like the TikTok type videos where you just keep scrolling one after another, and it's designed to hook you in. It's designed to keep you locked in. I look at them too, but I look at 4 of them and it's like, I don't want to get caught up in this. Boom. But they talk about, man, people will be up there on that hour and 15 minutes gone. Like where did that shit go? And you're training your mind to be distracted, so you can't lock in on anything. And you like kind of just, hey, being in the zone while I'm driving. Like, hey. And a lot of people be scrolling while they driving. That's why driving out here, it's a whole nother level of defensive driving where, and Pastor was talking about in his message. I was the day before Pastor did his message, I was talking about it to the saints of how when I'm driving, I'm looking in my mirror. I'm looking in both mirrors all the time, in the rear view mirror. I'm seeing who behind me. I'm like watching everything around the whole entire car all the time. Come up on an intersection, I'll slow down. Make sure nobody's getting ready to run the green. Even if the light been green going my direction. I'm making sure nobody gonna run the red. It's like, cause it's the distraction of people's on a whole nother level today. It's not a game, y'all. That brings us to one of the big things in the word. Come out from among them. So you're not partakers of their sins. Like these societies is going down the drains. And like folks is getting worse and worse. And more shootings, more and more of this, more and more of that. They're just getting worse and worse. But we got to be locked in. I tell the saints here, I say you got to be in purpose, on purpose, where you not just a rudderless ship floating around wherever your attention is thrown. And we live in a very distracted society, so it can be difficult, but this is the key part to being. It's imperative that we stand firm. It's on us. Like, it's our time now. Like, if you're watching this show, it's your time to not repeat the sins of your forefathers. And I can't tell you the number of times, man, I gotta get up in brothers' faces and like, because they're in this truth with this type of leadership, clearly showing you exactly what you need to do, and they literally are walking in the sins of their ancestors, getting ready to hand it over, hand the same bullshit they got handed over to them, they getting ready to hand it over to their children, the next generation. So yeah, y'all, it's real, man. And we have to be the type of men that stand in the gap, stand firm, be about that action, be about that business. I'll be honest with you, dude, if you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, I don't know how you could be playing a video game. Like, I don't know how you do it. You might, unless you just made it and you like the baddest engineer or doctor or whatever out there, and hey, you just got time to be like that. But if you following a shred of what's being taught here, an example laid out here as they follow the word in straight way, if you following even a shred of that, you ain't got time to do none of that extra stuff. Video game, shoot, I'm living a game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having to play a game to get a sense of accomplishment and feel like I done conquered something and did something. Like, I live it. It ain't real life. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, that's what I wanted to come on here and bring out. That's what it got put on me. You know, just trying to wake brothers up and sisters. It goes to the sisters too. But you know, it starts with the men. We the heads. You know, we gotta lead. You know, you see what time it is as far as prophetically with the things that are going on. Things are steadily and consistently waxing worse. You know, and you can see it on a clear, unrelenting trajectory down the drain. It's not going fast. It's going slow when you look directly at it, but in the large scope of things, it's consistently moving on through on a steady path. You know, and you can see where it's going, and you see why it's so imperative for us to be obedient, not be self-centered, self-focused, self-willed, and self-absorbed. You see why it's so imperative for us to come out from among them, be separate. You got a janitor putting his body fluids and stuff in children's food at a school. It's like you see all types of demonic stuff. Like Satan is trying to infiltrate them schools. Like that is his main place he trying to bring down. And you got self-centered, self-absorbed people that won't get their family and won't get their stuff in order so that they can pull their children out of the public food system. You got self-centered, self-absorbed, self-willed wives who won't let them fight their man getting their house in order so she can stay home, this, that, and other. You know what I'm saying? It's combat, y'all. But yeah, y'all, that's what I wanted to come here and bring out. In time, I'm be coming out with some more developed messages, but Michael Israel is fully immersed in his busy season. Okay, and one of the things I've done is I have a lot of daily things that I've put in place to make sure I do. You know, in a lot of different areas, so that I'm not just running on a treadmill, doing stuff that's not meaningful, moving me forward where I need to be. So I have a lot of things in place, and priorities are changing. You know what I'm saying? As I'm always like realigning my priorities, and in a large scope of thing right now, this show is not a like super high priority, you know? In time it will be, but right now, nah. But I try to do my best to come on here, and when the time permits and everything like that. But anyway, yeah, y'all, that's what I wanted to bring out. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. Y'all continue to stay locked in and engaged in dead season. Don't be an isolationite. Stop being an individualite and be an Israelite, and gather yourselves together, O nation not desire. Come out from among them, be ye separate. You know what I'm saying? Forsake not the assembly. Anyway, y'all, with that said, appreciate all y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. And shalom, shalom.
Turn that up. Better learn how to bleed the blood of your whole body. Stay in the spirit. Cause Satan could use you if you let him. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, can't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Scripts in my head, it hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, can't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Scripts in my head, it hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. He been on my line since a younger was a child. Had me shooting guns, popping pills, smoking loud. I'm the main event, but I was following the crowd. Wish I would've known what I know right now. Mama ain't raped like this. Had her yelling in the house like, where in the hell we go wrong? Mama, them curses can leave us alone. We made an oath to the one on the throne. Them angels was with us, was never alone. Mercy and grace coming straight from the throne. When this was missing, I made it back home. Mama never had to give me alone. He had to open my eyes, I had to put down my pride. Boy, I'm so lit, I'm alive. We gon' follow the Messiah. We gon' follow the Messiah. Hashak, I'm a lick. Abad, Hashak, Messiah. Abad, Hashak, I'm a lick. Yahweh Ba Sima Messiah. Ooh, you cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, can't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Scripts in my head, it hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, can't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Scripts in my head, it hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me.
Hallelujah. Blessed and highly favored. I love myself as well as my neighbor. Enjoy peace and love, yet I'm nothing to play with. Y'all running with the latest, what I believe is sacred. Our Father in heaven gave us eyes to see, to make distinctions between the psyops and the prophecies. I'm from a place where they downplay your atrocities, give you milk and cheese and never pay the proper fees. My brother's trying to calm the beast by copping pleas, but the only place the beast want the sheep is in his teeth. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, but don't mistake, that's for the sheep who fell away, that's not for you. A wolf knows he ain't in the dark about his plans. He coming for the flock, he want that blood on his hands. Wants your throat not to breathe. In the lake of fire, he wants you to go beneath. Praying on you until your flesh, he wants you to sow a seed. Deferred hope maketh the heart sick. Yeah, Satan love it when you deceive. Disparaging remarks about our heritage and false narrative that said there's no merit to what we read, man. That gaslight like a flashlight. I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Y'all need to get that bag right. Wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. One hell of a ticket, pun intended. Don't you say I cuss. We've been through enough, 400 plus. Our time is up. Take off these cuffs. I've been in repentance for this lust. Not with the porn, but I can swipe up an image and feel disgust. What? They think I'm tripping cause I want more for myself. So that even in my thoughts I'm not whoring myself, yeah. Luring myself away from righteousness with my desire. My right hand mislead me, cut it off like Michael Myers. Life is easy, it's just complicated by these liars. Truth is confiscated, to get it you need the God of Zion. They confuse the sheep with disbelief and self-reliance. Took the Father's name off creation and blamed the science. Hebrews never boarded but still became compliant. Mission aborted, some of us refuse to slay this giant. That talking head should be severed off and dead. Bring us Pentecost instead, let's start speaking with tongues of fire. Ain't wanna preach to us, now the preaching coming from the choir. Y'all too corporate, tell me how does a preacher retire? I see y'all done bought the lies and y'all receipt expired. From the Holy Spirit, I don't never want no peace and quiet. The sheep hear the word of the most majestic, wonderful counselor, blessed voice of the shepherd. Meanwhile, all of the goats are disconnected, lawless, trading the promise of the blessed for a death wish.